Hey guys! Welcome to part 2. In the previous video, we looked at what your responsibilities would be if you stayed on the bridge with the captain during anchoring. In this part, we will look at what you should do while on the forward station with the bosun. So, you have been called to a forward station to drop anchor. Normally you are given about 20 minutes to get to station. Let's see what your actions are likely to be. Turn on your UHF radio and check that the battery is charged. Keep it on because the captain may conduct a radio check or ask you to move to the forward station sooner. Wear coveralls, safety shoes, helmet, gloves and safety glasses. Although your purpose at the forward station is for process control and communication, the forward station during anchoring is not considered a safe place. If anchoring occurs at night, take and check the operation of a torch. When you get forward, conduct a radio check with the bridge. Bosun and one more seaman are usually already there, preparing anchors for letting go. Usually the guys know their job well, but you should check anyway, too, as you should report progress to the bridge. Usually the bosun can report back to the bridge as well. Both anchors are usually getting ready to be let go. If it's nighttime, ask the bridge to turn on the lights at the forward station. Anchor lashings should be removed, chain stoppers should be opened. If hawse pipe has been covered with anti-piracy plates, they should be removed, and the windlasses should normally be disengaged. So, the anchors remain held only by the brakes of the windlasses. If the captain says to prepare one of the anchors, prepare it as described above, and a chain stopper can be applied to the other anchor, but it should still remain ready for an emergency. When you plan to drop anchor, anchor wash is usually not necessary. When everything is ready, you should report to the bridge. Bridge forward, port anchor ready to let go. Find and check a place from where you can easily observe the anchor chain outside the bow of the vessel. Sometimes this is not easy to do due to the design of the bow. Sometime before approaching the anchorage, the captain usually asks to engage the windlass, release the brake and walk back the anchor 1 meter above the water. All actions must be reported to the bridge. For example, bridge forward, the windlass is engaged and port anchor is ready to walk back. Bridge forward, start to walk back port anchor till 1 meter above the water. Bridge forward, port anchor is 1 meter above the water, stopped. Then the captain may tell you to either put on the brake and disengage the windlass to make it ready for let go, or leave it engaged for lowering the anchor on the gear. It is usually asked to be disengaged. When the ship is in position, the captain orders to let go the anchor and says how many shackles should be paid out. Forward bridge, let go port anchor, 6 shackles in the water. You should confirm the order and tell the bosun to start. The bosun skillfully releases the windlass brake and the anchor rushes into the water.
We make 6 in the water, bosun, 6 in the water.
6 in the water, sir, copy.
Anchor rushes into the water. Well, sometimes not. Quite often it can happen that the brake is fully open, but the anchor does not go. This can happen for various reasons, mainly due to infrequent use of the anchor and too much rust in the system. Sometimes it takes some time for it to start moving, but if the anchor does not go within a minute, report to the bridge immediately. The captain may give it some time, if possible, or ask to engage the windlass and lower the anchor on the gear. If the anchor finally starts moving, it goes pretty fast, but the bosun tries to control the speed of the chain with the brake. You should report to the bridge how many shackles have been already paid out and what is the state of anchor chain. Sometimes, you cannot see marking of anchor shackles, and it's difficult to say how many shackles in the water or on deck. There is usually a shackle indicator on the windlass next to the brake handle, and the bosun can tell you how many shackles have been paid out. The markings of the shackles are as follows: a red Kenter joining link and white links on either side of the red link. The number of white links on either side of the red link shows the number of shackles. The last white links also have coils of wire. The number of coils shows the number of shackles. This is done in case the paint comes off the links. A shackle is said to be in the water when one sees the marked links in the water, and it is said to be on deck when one sees the marked links on the gypsy wheel of the windlass. Accordingly, you report to the bridge. When the required number of shackles have been paid out, you should report to the bridge. The captain will ask you to put the windlass on the brake and wait to see how the chain behaves to determine if the anchor is dragging or not. You should monitor the chain and report on its state and how it is leading. Bridge forward, the chain is up and down. The chain is leading 10 o'clock, slack or short stay. The chain is 11 o'clock, moderate or medium stay. The chain is 11 o'clock, tight or long stay. If then the chain is coming slack, usually it means that the ship is brought up and there is no dragging. The captain asks to keep the windlass on the brake, close the chain stopper, close the anti-piracy plates on the hawse pipe and hoist the anchor ball. When applying the chain stopper, the bosun usually adjusts the chain so that the vertical link touches the stopper and thus relieves the load on the windlass brake. But some captains may ask to leave some gap of a few centimeters between the vertical link and the chain stopper, which can help during anchor watch to detect excessive load on the chain and signs of dragging if the gap disappears. But this is not really recommended. So guys, this is usually the end of anchoring and the anchor watch begins. The officer keeps watch on the bridge and the duty AB makes his rounds on deck. When it's time to heave up the anchor, your actions as the officer on forward station will be much the same as when dropping anchor. Equipped with protective clothing, radio, and torch, you will proceed to the forward station. Make a radio check with the bridge and follow the captain's orders. The bosun usually engages the windlass, opens the chain stopper, and releases the brake. You should ask the bridge to start a fire pump for the anchor wash system, and the OS can prepare an additional fire hose for washing. A problem you may encounter before you start heaving up the anchor is the opening of the chain stopper. If the weather has been good and the chain has not been under too much strain while anchored, this is usually not a problem. The bosun will simply move the chain with the help of the windlass away from the stopper a little and then open it easily. Another problem is that due to excessive load, the windlass cannot pull the chain. Usually after assisting with the engine and thruster to reduce the load, the windlass begins to pull. All these situations, if they cannot be resolved in a short time, should be reported to the bridge. When you have started to heave up the anchor, you should report to the bridge on the condition of the anchor chain, how it is leading and its tension. If the chain shows dirt, you should start washing the anchor. When the anchor is out of the water, you should check for cables or debris and report to the bridge. When the anchor is home, report to the bridge. Depending on whether you will be going to port or to the open sea, the captain will ask you to prepare the anchors for an emergency or to secure everything for going to sea. And of course, don't forget to lower the anchor ball. Okay guys, thank you for watching, subscribe, like and see you in the next video.